Computer. Right. So we are recording. So welcome everybody and thank you. And I'm so excited to introduce you to Sue. Sue doesn't really need much of an introduction because I think everybody knows her, because Sue is so generous with her time and her knowledge. Her knowledge on nutrition is absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure most of you have come to Sue at some stage with a question on nutrition. I know Gordon and I are, she often gets emergency phone calls, help Sue, what's the answer to this? And she's always really, really generous with her time and her knowledge is really, really fantastic. So Sue is, not only is she brilliant at nutrition and her knowledge is superb, but she has a really good grasp of technology, far, far better than we do. No, you do, Sue. You pick things up really, really quickly and you grasp things. And you're so good at putting things together. And Sue has come up with this idea and a plan. I'm not going to go into it because I'll let Sue tell you all about it. But I'm really, really excited about it because I see this as a fantastic tool for all of us to use to help with getting more customers, and then in helping to keep our customer base, because it's something that we can hook our customers in, and it's all been done for us. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Sue Worrell, who has been with us, the Juice Plus company, for 16 years. So she joined on the 1st of March 2002. So that's quite something in itself. And Sue is an NMD and 39 club. So Sue, take it away. It's all yours.
Thank you. I'm going to see if I can share the screen. So hopefully I can do that. So iCloud has come up. So let's see if you can see it any second now.
You should share the screen.
Yeah, can you see that, everyone?
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, we've got it. So yeah, since I've been in Juice Plus, really, I've thought of lots of ways. I mean, the biggest thing that brings you income and builds your business and everything else is selling the product. And one of my team spoke to me a while ago and said, I haven't made any money this month at all, really. And so I asked her what she'd been doing, etc. And then I said, but have you sold any pies? And she said, what do you mean sold any pies? I said, you've got to sell pies to make money. So you haven't sold any products, your distributors haven't sold any products, that's why you haven't got any money. So it's a very simple thing. It's like, what don't you get? Vegetables, fruit and berries, or the capsule. But having said that, it's not easy to get that across to everyone else. And I've been paying for something called Soundboard for a while. And I know Nikki Tolson's, a lot of her team, and Linda's team, and quite a few of the other teams are using this tool. And it gives you newsletters and blogs and information and nutrition. And it's about to my phone. It's about, I don't know, £30 or just less than £30 a month, something like that. And I've used it for a while, and it's not very good, really. It's got a ton of information in there. The newsletter's great, but they're never yours. And I haven't got a single customer from there after paying for about 6 months. So in that time, I decided that I could do better than this. So that's what got me doing this. And the other thing was, I'm more than happy to help everybody. But I spoke in Ireland in January, and I've been inundated with questions ever since. And it just seems awful not to answer somebody's question, but it's been taking up a day at a time to answer all the questions. And they're always multi-level, and they're not just one question. So this is what inspired me to do this. So what I'm trying to do is build some tools, and I started with this one, which was a company I'd made to make this nationwide project. But when I made that into a company and made a limited company and had people as directors, I looked at it and thought, that's a job. I don't want a job. So I've converted this into this online program. And then luckily I met a brilliant IT guy who's going to Canada in a few days. So he's not on tonight. But he has always wanted to do a product online because he's brilliant at getting money for fashion houses and makes them a lot of money. But he's never had a product, and I wanted to get it online, but I couldn't do the online stuff. So we're working together, and we've now developed it pretty quickly. It's still really pre-launch, but we've already sold quite a lot of this, and we're doing it for the feedback, and now it's getting stronger and stronger. So this is what it is. The initial project is called Walk the Weight Off Mind and Body. So it's this is the showcase booklet for it, which tells you what it's all about. And it's a program that covers nutrition, healthcare prevention, and mindfulness or mindset. And it's a brilliant tool for customers. I've already used it with some of my customers, and it's going down really well. And I've had reorders, and I've had one customer order every project after receiving it. So it's only early days, it's only small numbers, but it is going down really well. So it's in 3 sections. And the first section is the program. And this is made up of 5 booklets. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. And the first booklet is how to get going and what the program is all about. So it gives you a rundown on how to use it. The second one is all the record sheets, so that you can benchmark where you are now and you can easily see your progress. And especially a measuring chart, because if you measure yourself in certain places, it will tell you whether your body is losing fat from the areas where you're storing it because of you've got too many toxins and you're not clearing out your diet enough. And then it's got some planning sheets as well. And then the third one is the nutrition booklet, which gives you a 7 to 14 day cleanse plan. I don't call it detox because we've got brilliant detox organs that keep us alive and serve us very, very well. What we need to do is just support them and give them a bit of help. So it's a 7 or 14 day cleanse program. Very simple. It doesn't got fancy recipes. It's very simple. It just tells you the basic sort of meals to eat. And there are 2 plans, one with Juice Plus, one without. It's not just for Juice Plus people, but when you read it and you see it and people who try it, I've got someone who's tried it and after 2 weeks ordered Juice Plus, because you can see how much easier it is with Juice Plus. It also demonstrates just what Juice Plus does. So this is the sort of thing that's in the record booklet. It's a measuring chart, a shopping list, so you can print one out and have it in your bag and tick off the shopping list for your cupboard store and do your weekly walks. That's just some of it. Then some of the recipes in there. I've got some Ginny Oliver's 5 ingredient only recipes, and there's about 5 or 6 on breakfast, snacks, smoothies, evening meals and lunches. So you've got the basic plan, and then you've got others you can add into that. Then the mindfulness booklet. I've got a lady who teaches mindfulness come on board.
Plug it in there.
And Michelle will love this because she practices most of it already. But for anyone who doesn't do any meditation, anyone who doesn't do any breathing, it gives you very simple, it takes the sort of mystery out of it all, it gives you very simple breathing exercises and tells you how to meditate and how anyone can meditate. And it also explains why our mind and our body work together and what happens if you just work on any one of them and then bring the other one in. So these are some more of the recipes that you'll find in the meal brochure. And then this is a bit about the mindfulness. It's about mindful eating. It's about mindful weight loss. It's linked to all the healthcare prevention booklets with the 5 big topics. And the mindfulness has a section on those that link into those. So then in section 2, it's got 6 healthcare prevention booklets. So when you're using it as a distributor, the best way to do it is if you give someone the program and they can use the program. I've given it to my existing customers. I've got quite a few customers who've been on for 10 or 12 years. And I've given it to them and they've all loved it. And it's like a lovely free giveaway. And then I've used it to get customers on. But this, you don't need to give them all of this if you don't want to. You can give them this one at a time, or you can use this in a different way. Or if someone says to you, I've just been diagnosed with high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and I don't know what to do, you can give them the cardiovascular protection booklet, and it'll give them great information on that. All the things we do, if we've got a good why, then we'll keep on doing it. And when you can't have a good why unless you understand what it is you need and what your body needs and why it needs it. So this gives you the background on why a Juice Plus works for inflammation and anti-aging, why it helps protect our cardiovascular system. And it's got a lot on cholesterol and things like that. So this is a bit of a sneak preview into those. So there's 10 secrets on fat loss. It's got a lot about food seduction and how we get seduced by things like chocolates and cheese and meats and things. And then this is a bit on the heart protection, cardiovascular protection, the 5 big things to stop, and then about omegas. And then it all links back to the Juice Plus Premium and the omegas and the other products if you need them. This is on cancer research, and then it just goes over the types of cancer we can actually really make a difference. And there's news all the time, so I've been linking in with some posts on what's happening in the news. For example, the latest news has shown that the latest study absolutely categorically proves that there are several types of cancer that are definitely affected by obesity. They've known they have been vaguely, but now this study is a brilliant study. So this all links back to that. And then there's anti-inflammatory, aging, the skin, and general health on that. So it's called Walk the Weight Off because walking is the one exercise that anyone can do. And it's the exercise that actually gives us most benefit. I do circuits twice a week and they're mad. I mean, today it was particularly nuts. And it's really hard and I love it, but it's not maybe the best exercise to do because it gives you a lot of oxidative stress. So walking is proved to be very beneficial in so many ways. Now, if you add into that interval walking, there's even more benefits, which I'll show you in a bit lower down here. So this is the showcase booklet. So you have a showcase booklet with it. So you can mail it to customers, promote it on your social media as a program you offer. You can mail it to potential customers and say, I mean, try to keep the value in it, that if they buy the gold package or your platinum package, they get this free program. You can show it to new potential distributors. I signed a distributor up just by this. She said, sign me up. She didn't even got to the Juice Plus bit. And then I said, well, you have to be a Juice Plus distributor. She said, fine, just take my money. So you can use it to sign up new distributors. You can use it with healthcare professionals and practitioners because many of them, although they're very highly qualified in their field, they're not able or licensed to write out nutrition plans. So it's a great opportunity to show it to healthcare practitioners, and it looks quite good as well as you understand and know your stuff. So this is about the interval training. You might have seen I'm a big fan of Trust Me, I'm a Doctor. It's one of the few programs on there. I mean, it's great to see there's a lot more, but it's one of the few that's got its facts absolutely right and actually does some of the studies and the trials on the program, which is brilliant, I think. So they proved that athletes that do like triathlons and cyclists and swimmers have less bone density than you or I. And the athletes that do things like aerobics and things where they're on their feet have got much higher bone density, the gymnastics, etc. And there's a reason for this. There's something called the human growth hormone, HGH or HG, which the sports people sometimes inject illegally, and which many beauticians in the US, in their big skin clinics, etc., try to inject to get younger. It's the sort of anti-aging hormone. What we want to do is to make our body produce more. So the one thing that makes our body produce more is if we put ourselves into oxygen debt. So if you do this interval training where you do 30 seconds where you can hardly breathe at all, and then 1 or 2 or 3 minutes where you calm down and keep moving, you can talk and walk at the same time. And it's great for walking because you can burst into a run if you're very fit, or you can just walk fast if you're not. So whatever your fitness level, sorry about this cough, whatever your fitness level, if you're unfit, you just get out of breath quicker. So it's not dangerous, and anyone can do it. And you can do it in just 22 minutes. So I've done an audio tape that you download to your phone and put in your ears, and you can do it before you go to work, at lunchtime, in your break, wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you're in town or in a city, but if you can find a park and get better fresh air and plants around you, it's even better, even more beneficial. And vitamin D, of course, if you're outside. But you can do it in the gym as well. You can use a bike in the gym. You can use a a treadmill, and you will still get some of this, but the most beneficial is if you're on your own 2 feet. So what happens is, if you do this method and you do it 5 times in this process, you will push your body into making more HGH. And also it increases your bone density. And there's studies to show this. So that's what I've put in the interval walking. And you can go on for a longer walk after, or you can do a nice long walk and you can end with this. So as long as you do about minimum of 15, 20 minutes, you've done it. You've done what your body needs to push you into producing HGH and bone density. But the other great thing about it is it really increases fat burning afterwards. So it's the best fat burner you can do. So that's why it's called Walk the Weight Off, Mind and Body. And it's really good for your thinking, and it gives you a bit of a lift. So that's the walking exercise. Now, I've also gone on, and I'm nearly finished the second one, which is Dance the Weight Off, Mind and Body, which has all the same benefits because you're on your feet again. And Zumba, I'm not allowed to mention Zumba because it's a trademark, but I've called it Dance the Weight Off. Zumba is perfect because you do a fast dance and then a slow one and a fast one and a slow one. And what it does is, by the end of the session, just like the walking session, it puts you into oxygen debt again. So this can be used with anyone who runs a Zumba class or a dance class. And a couple of distributors in my line in America and Jersey and Dubai and Bournemouth all are waiting for this one. They've got the other one, they're waiting for this one to use this with their businesses. So this is just a bit about I put that little picture with the Zumba that I found on the internet. I'll have to ask one of them if I'm allowed to use it, but it is just so easy to put into a Zumba class. So that this is the same thing, that a lot of the things cross over and what it benefits. And when you buy Walk the Weight Off, you get access to a forum, a free forum, which will have quite a bit of information in it. Information on, there'll be a few more videos on, audio files, some videos, some more recipes, a bit more about weight control, mindfulness, natural recipes, natural remedies, and over 50s fitness and healthy eating. So we're going to be posting on there regularly. I've got a whole raft of information that I'm going to put on there. But there'll be something that's even better coming along. So the next thing I've done as well, that I've just been talking to a pilot in Dubai about, is a program called Health for the Long Haul. And this is for pilots. And I've spent nearly all last weekend studying the research, mostly by NASA, on pilots. And I tell you what, next plane I get in, I'm going to have a pot of juice plus, knock on the cabin door and say, I'm not getting in this plane until you take these tablets. Because the oxidative stress they get from ionized and the cosmic radiation, which depletes their glutathione. Glutathione is the mother of all antioxidants, and we make it in our body, and we can recycle it from the spiral that we make, a chemical cascade from C to E to glutathione. But the problem is our everyday life is so stressful that we're not coping with those, the other oxidative stress we get. So it's not letting the glutathione have chance to recycle and regenerate and renew itself. And that's the very one that they need for things like radiation sickness and all the nasty things. That's the one that keeps us safe and keeps us alive. So pilots get cumulative radiation, and they get it more if they go further away from the equator. So if you go from one route to Greece, I can't remember what it is, even that route is very high radiation. It's not bad so bad for passengers, because we get one hit and then we don't go on a long haul again for some time. But for pilots, it's really important. And the pilots, there are 24 pilots and air crew on it in the Dubai now, and they're all saying they've got none or less jet lag. They've still got a few problems, but they're definitely hugely better. And endurance is greatly improved. So, I mean, who doesn't want their pilot to have that when you're flying to Australia or whatever, yeah? And they work all night. So this will be available as well. So the way it's going to develop when I've got these as they should be, and just been a message from Marion saying that they're brilliant, but we need to get them professionally designed now. So as I'm trialing them, they'll be trialed for another couple of months, and then we're talking to a designer to get them looking really special. So they'll look like the bee's knees as well. The information's there now. We just got to put it into a design program. Some of the pictures I've got get fuzzy and things, but if I did it perfect the first time, I'd have been sort of 12 months making it before I even started. So we've got it so far, and we're waiting for testimonials to come in, which are good so far. And this is how it's going to develop. We're going to make my website's called the Health Hub, and it's going to be a Health Hub club. And on that, future development of products that we'll sell with the people that we've got on our team, sort of thing. We've got a lawyer, a journalist, a health blogger, myself, Rob Dix, who's IT. And then we've got some affiliates who've got their own expertise, like reflexologists, acupuncturists, kinesiologists, and they're all going to have input into this. But there'll be future programs like Health for the Long Haul will be available in here. Dance the Weight Off will be available in here. So, but this will be a paid club, because running this is going to cost some money. So everybody's got to have a couple of pounds from it. All the people, there's quite a few people involved to run it. And that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be, we don't know yet, about £12, something like that a month, not £30, which the other one is. But the information in there, which is important, because I feel that if Juice Plus distributors are going to use information they pull out, they've got to own it. So the information you pull out, you can post as yours. You can say who told you about something, or if you don't want to say, if there's in-depth nutrition and you don't want someone questioning you about it, you can say, I was talking to a nutritionist who told me this, but you can post it as yours. And the newsletters will be top and tailed with your logo, if you want, and your website. So you can produce your own newsletter on there. So there'll be a newsletter every month. And if you want to, we'll have a means of you sending in and with your details, and we can top and tail it. Or we'll send you the availability that you can put it on Word or somewhere and top and tail it. So there'll be access to all future products. There'll be access to things like information, food facts, blogs about things, the latest news. Do you know, did anyone know yesterday's news to do with health? Anyone know yesterday's news? No? Don't put a rubber duck in the bath. Because the rubber in the duck is doing the children harm. So there's something fascinating every day, and it's the sort of thing that gets your attention when you post. So there'll be all sorts of things, like there'll be Q&As on there. There'll be a chance to, if you've got questions for me, you can go on there and ask me, and I can go on and chat back to you. And the same with Rob on IT things. If you're trying to do something on IT, we'll have that facility. We'll have a journalist on there if you're asking about that. And we're probably going to get someone there with GDPR as well, because we need that for the future as well when we're taking people's information. So anyone who's a member will be able to have access to all this. It'll be like a library online, it's a club, and it'll have pictures, about a dozen pictures. And when you touch the picture behind it will be topics like kids' meals, how to get kids to eat better, weight loss plans, specific sport plans so if you've got someone who's a triathlete, we'll have triathletes and runners plans. And we're going to start populating that now over the Easter, and we'll let you know when there's a link for that one. But the other forum, the first forum, is going to be free. This one is going to be free for anybody who buys Walk the Weight Off. And that's more or less it.
So Sue, I mean, this all sounds, I'm really, really excited about it. It sounds absolutely fantastic. And the amount of information that's available that, you know, that we'll have to share with our customers, I think is just phenomenal. So how do we go about purchasing this pack, then the Walk the Weight Off pack? How, as a distributor, how do we do
When
this?
this finishes, I'll put a link up. It's a link to my distributors. So if anyone on this call or anyone in Aquila wants to buy Walk the Weight Off, which is, it's in dollars because it's going for us, it's going on sale to the public for customers, etc. It's in dollars because it's going to the US as well, and it's going to Dubai, and they prefer it in dollars. So all the things seem to be in dollars. That's the advice we were given. So we have to take it all out of pounds.
And what is it? What's the price in dollars?
It's £37 one off. And it'll be £37 one off to buy Walk the Weight Off.
So is that in $37 or £37?
£37.
£37, right.
To buy Walk the Weight Off, okay?
Right.
Yeah, this program is what I've taken out of my £500 consultancy thing I used to do when people had 4 appointments. I'd go to the house and throw their food away while they cried. I'd take them to the shop and shop in Morrison's for them. Mm-hmm. This is my program that I've done for that, and I've put it all online.
Right.
But what I'm going to do is it'll go up to 57 before very long. But anyone in Aquila will have a coupon then. And then you'll always be able to buy it. So any distributors who want to buy it, and once you've bought it, you're in this scheme, you're in the forum, and then you can join the other one. So the future products, and I've got like 10 lined up. So whatever people come to you with, IBS is the next one. It's quite a lot of information there. So I'm still sifting through that and how best to present it. There'll be IBS. There'll be Crohn's, there'll be more on cardiovascular and what to take, why we take magnesium, why we need vitamin D, why we shouldn't take it without K2. There'll be lots more.
A huge amount of information.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at the page that we can see here, and the residual income rocks the health business. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's a section to have we can stop people getting to any section. So if you're a Juice Plus distributor, there'll be an information in there. So if we want to put any training in there,
right?
If you want to put any trainings, we can have. I've written a thing called the 5 Big C's and Frogham that we did in Gatwick, because I'm finding that absolutely brilliant. So I've mutated that 4 times. And I've got it nice and succinct now. Used a bit of NLP in there as well, of how you talk to people when you do the Frogham bit.
Yeah.
And then I went to a talk, an I Am Woman Business Academy talk, and Claire from Stella, she was there, and she showed us how they train them in utility warehouse, and it was very, very similar. So I picked up a few of her tips as well. So I'm meeting her next week, and we're going to swap information because there was some more of her tips I didn't quite get in time. And I'm going to make this a really good program because it's the best DMO I've found yet of posting on social media and using social media. And really using Facebook and Instagram, and you can also use it on LinkedIn in a slightly different way. But it's a really good way to post. And I've used nothing but this last couple of weeks. I've hardly been, apart from a couple of networking meetings that I've been speaking at, I've missed the rest. And I've had my head down trying to finish these. And I've got 6 orders on. And I know they've come from my posting and old customers saying, oh God, yeah, I was taking that for a while. I need to get back on it.
Brilliant.
So, I'm not saying it's going to be everybody's going to be amazing, but it is definitely a best structure.
A great tool.
To work through and doable for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm conscious of taking up any more of your time. So how do what will you do, Sue? Will you put the link on
I'll post the link on Aquila now.
Yeah, fantastic. And then people
who wants to get it. But beware that when you order it, yours will all take time. If people order it like the public order, then we had 2 orders from America this morning. They just get theirs sent automatically. But I'm going to insert your links. So they'll ask you for your Juice Plus link to your Juice Plus shop. And if you have got a website, to put that in, and I can insert those for you. So because it's no good you having my copy. You don't want to send them to your customers my copy.
Exactly.
You want
That's
yours
fantastic.
to go back to you. So that's it really.
Okay, well that sounds absolutely fantastic. So has anybody got any questions? Is there, we're just 2 minutes. If anybody has got a question, you can put them into or you can either, because we're such a small group, you can actually, unmute yourself. Yeah. So if anybody's got a question, just unmute yourself and I'm sure Sue will be happy. Otherwise, you can pop it on Aquila.
Yeah, and then maybe you look at it and then have questions. So, don't
All
worry,
right,
ask me anytime.
If there are no
Mary,
questions.
Hi, Mary there? No. Natalie's there. I can see Natalie. Hi.
So no questions from anybody?
No questions?
Okay, well, look, if you've got any questions, pop it on Aquila. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. I think, Sue, that was fantastic.
Sorry.
Okay, or we can message Sue. That's great. You know, that information, I'm really excited about this. I can see the value of using this as a tool, you know, for our customers. And I like the idea that there's the showcase booklet, so you can sort of give them a little taste, but then only give out, you know, the program to people that have perhaps, you know, purchased a gold package or whatever. So, you know, it gives us sort of plenty of scope that you're not giving away too much, but you're kind of just dangling that carrot, so to speak. So thank you very much, Sue. I'm looking forward to signing up. As soon as you put the link up, I'm signing up. And, you know, if there are any questions, I'm sure you'll be happy to answer them on Aquila.
And one last thing, if you do sign up for it, as we make it a better design, if you've got an original copy, we'll replace your copy as we get the designer in to make the booklets look even better. Well, you know, just say, I'll say this has been done. You just ask for it, you'll get it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. So thank you so much, Sue. Thank you to all of you, and happy Easter. Have a lovely, lovely
Yes.
Easter weekend. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Happy Easter, everyone. Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Sue.
Thank you.
Bye.
Beautiful days. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, Vilma.
Bye.
Take
Bye-bye.
care, everybody.
Thank you.